on with us. And let me take you across exactly why Ishan Kishan has been chosen for the squad through some statistics. Let's look at those numbers that has actually brought in Ishan back into the squad. So these are some of the matches and some of the stats for Ishan in T20s. He has played 216 matches, innings are 207 and runs 5,787. And the highest score is 113. So these are some stats that actually tell you why Ishan has been brought back or roped back into the team. His average is around 30.14. We need hard hitters in T20s, and his strike rate is 138.21. So we do need firepower over there in the squad. Hundreds is 6 and 50s is 31. So those are some stats that we have for you from Ishan Kishan's profile and why he was actually brought in to the World Cup squad. Let me go across, in fact, to Thos now. Thos, why do you also believe that the inclusion of Ishan was there in the squad, and how is he likely to play? What his role is going to be in this World Cup squad?
The interesting part that you came out with the stats is these are the past stats. It's because of this particular Syed Mushtaq Ali, he had made it to the squad. Otherwise, he was nowhere close to the picture. I mean, luckily he's been informed throughout different formats of the game, but this was all all went unnoticed. Uh, you saw Sanju Samson has not been given the perfect opportunity at the top order. You saw Shubman Gill has been off color completely ever since he got an opportunity. Returned after 1 year to this particular T20 side. He was not consistent enough, nor as aggressive as Abhishek Sharma. So there was contrasting opening. It was a contrasting opening pair. So you need to have some kind of balance. I mean, again, you see, Shubman Gill overtook Yashasvi Jaiswal, other openers to make it to the squad, to the top opening batter. Again, he failed in the last couple of series, including in the Asia Cup, where it was where Abhishek Sharma went hammer and tongs. Abhishek Sharma had flaws in this. He was not as aggressive, or maybe he was not in his elements in this particular series against South Africa. But again, Shubman got injured. But before that, he was not as impactful. Where do you go? You do not promote Sanju Samson immediately, but you get an Ishan Kishan from outside. What about Yashasvi Jaiswal? He's been there for a long time. He's been there scoring runs for Rajasthan Royals. He's been scoring runs in ODI cricket. He's been scoring runs in Test cricket. Again, in an aggressive manner, in a very modern day style of cricket, he's been playing. And then you get Ishan Kishan. So definitely Ishan Kishan deserves, and I'm happy that he's there. Again, not because of his past performances, but because of what happened in the recent Syed Mushtaq Ali T20. Where would he play? He wouldn't play in the middle order. See, that is something. Jitesh Sharma, you are playing wicket-keeper batsman Jitesh Sharma in the middle order, while Ishan Kishan is more of a top order batsman. He opened the inning for Jharkhand and for Jharkhand in Syed Mushtaq Ali, got 200s, two half centuries. That is what his batting order is. What about Sanju Samson? Whether are you going to go with Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, and Abhishek Sharma in top three? What about Tilak Verma? What about Surya Kumar Yadav? What about Hardik Pandya? What about Rinku Singh? So, I mean, you solve one problem, then you create another problem in the middle order. So there is too much confusion right out there in the selection committee's mind, or the team manager's mind. If you had continued the process, from where you had dropped Ishan Kishan, taken Sanju Samson, played Tilak Verma at number three, you would not have much questions. You could have smoothly sailed into the World Cup. But then after this selection, you have raised a lot of questions. Yeah, deserving members are there in the side, but what did you do in the last 1 year is questionable, and they should be questioned. They should be held accountable. Why were you saying this is the side that we have been working on? This is the process. These are the players that we are looking at the World Cup. But then suddenly moment you have taken Jitesh Sharma out, Shubman Gill out, you have taken back Rinku Singh. What about the bowlers? So there are more questions. I see Ishan Kishan definitely deserves his place, but why was he ignored earlier? Why was Sanju Samson not given an opportunity to bat with Abhishek Sharma when he was doing in the last 1 year, getting three consecutive hundreds. That's 300s in the last 1 year, which is better than any other Indian batter at the top order. So yeah, questions are there. I'm happy that Ishan Kishan has finally being brought back into his side. But where will he bat? Of course, the only place where he can bat is top order. What about the middle order if there is a second wicket?
I think that's a big question that we will be looking forward to. But I think, Sunil, that question can be answered in the New Zealand series that India is going to play. And I think that's why they have put this team together just before the New Zealand, matches. And they want to see if this squad is going to work out. Do you think there might be changes, shuffling around of, the order?
Well, absolutely. They would be shuffling around. I would say that after the New Zealand series, they would, I feel, I may be wrong, but I feel that there would be one more inclusion, one big name coming in because remember, I'm taking on from where Toss has left. He said, what if you're two down suddenly in 20 overs? All you have is Hardik Pandya with a match maturity. The maturity of on-ground match is very important. I was talking to one of the former players from the Pakistan cricket team, and he said the moment Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma step in, 50% of the energy that Indian side gets it from their presence, and you've got them out, which is all right. But there was no succession planning. History will remember, again, very important, Mr. Agarkar and the coach. History will remember you not for what you've done as the changes, as the cover-up. History of the Indian cricket will remember you of hogwashing or creating a smoke screen saying that these guys were the best. Shubman Gill was your best choice for the World Cup. Guess what happened? He's not only stripped off his captaincy, he's not even there. So what was your wisdom doing 10 months ago, 11 months ago, or when you were thinking of changing the two of the greatest white ball players of all time, Rohit Sharma and this? What were you doing with Hardik Pandya, not giving him the captaincy? Why did you get Akshar Patel as a vice captain? How did you, in the history of the game, there are two players we should always remember. Sanju Samson, who was given a raw deal, and there was KL Rahul, and perhaps the third one is Harshit Rana. They've been given a long rope for their professional career. I think never in the history of cricket, when you sit down and analyze, when the dust settles, you will find that these two players were given unsolicited long rope, and Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant, a very cruel exit all the time. But thankfully, they are back in the game. Sanju Samson is back, Ishan Kishan is back, and questions should be answered about what the statement that they made a year ago when they put the squad together and had a merciless chop and change of two of the greatest players.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Toss, how